How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. As you can see, I got some visitors coming in, taking advantage of the warmer water, I suppose. Some of it's turning into ice, but I just wanted to put out a quick video on my basement, and in particular the what I put into the slab before I actually pour it. I pardon the mess. I still got some more cleaning to do before we pour. But anyways, inside here we got the, it started off, you have to, plane everything before you do it. So the underneath of here, I had layers of rock that I compacted. Then on top of the rock, I put a layer of sand, compacted the sand into the rock, which the sand kind of wants to go into the rock, so it takes a little while to do that. And then eventually compacted the sand into the rock, and then there's a little thin layer of sand on the top, and that layer of sand on the top, I took the screed machine that levels it out, ran it across it, and made it smooth, so that when I put the foam down, it laid pretty flat and it laid really good. A lot better than how things worked out upstairs. Like there was hardly any imperfections. So after I put the foam down, I put the vapor barrier on top of it. Then the vapor barrier, I just taped it, any seams or anything like that. And I still haven't decided if I'm gonna tape up the edges or not. I'm probably not going to. I'm probably just gonna cut them off. I just don't want it getting into my forma drain is the only thing, because the concrete will lip up over the top there a little bit, about a little over 2 inches. And you can see in the back where the radiant comes out. After I put the vapor barrier down, then obviously I put the PEX down. It's an oxygen barrier PEX, just in case I use any metal pumps or anything later on. And then where it comes out of the concrete, I have it protected with these 90-degree conduit elbows. And a little trick on that is if you want to use a smaller diameter conduit, it saves a little bit of money. It looks, I think, a little bit nicer. You can actually use like a cooking spray or something like that, a lubricant, to slide your PEX there, and it works a lot easier. So I have 4 loops down here that are all 300 feet long. And then upstairs, I'm gonna have 4 loops that are all 300 foot long as well. After I put the radiant down, then I put the wire mesh on top. Now the wire mesh is not necessarily for, structural reasons. I just basically put it in because I know it'll help keep the PEX down so it doesn't float at all. Not that it would with the staples anyways, but it keeps the PEX down. And since it is usually like 3/4 or an inch off the ground usually, it gives it a little bit of structural support there at the bottom of the slab. The slab itself should be somewhere between 4.5 and 5 inches thick total. And then after I put the wire mesh down, you can see these silver channels here. The place I bought it from, they call it screed, or screed channel. And basically the top of that channel is where the top of the concrete's gonna be. And whenever I bring my screed tool in, it just runs right over the top of these screed boards and makes the screeding process a lot easier. And then obviously those metal channels stay embedded into the concrete. And the benefit of it is you don't have to do any cuts afterwards. And I do actually prefer it over a cut. But it also, I don't know if you can tell, but in here it's like a C channel. And what it does is it makes the concrete slabs like tongue and groove. And I really like that. So they're kind of still connected, but at the same time they're not. They do have that separation too. So with that, I just wanted to give everybody an update. Hopefully I'll be pouring my slab within the next few days. One other thing I do want to point out is the temperature difference inside the ICF, especially now that I got the foam on the ground. It's amazing. And you would think over there by the door, it would be freezing. And then back here in the back corner, it would be much warmer. But there's only a 2-degree temperature. I have a thermometer up on the wall there, if you can see it next to the window. And in this back corner over here, I have another thermometer back there on the radiant. And they're only 2 degrees apart. So ICF houses are, I can already tell, are totally different. So that's kind of exciting. I think that this is gonna be way more radiant than I'll ever need. And I could probably lose a couple of my circuits down here and I wouldn't need them, but it's in there if I do. So with that, hope everyone has a good day and I'll talk to everyone later.